Press in case of an emergency.
No, that's when you don't press it. You don't want to, oh my God, don't do it.
I looked at her feeling confused. Excuse
You know, given my dating life, I feel like this may not be a terrible thing.
When I got there, I started introducing her to my friends. She didn't seem to know anyone there.
So she's wearing a black dress, then she wears a different black dress, and then all of a sudden, I need to stop questioning this, because like I'm starting to question my own like logic. God, why are too many videos where dudes are named Jeff? Hey, what's up my friends? Yes, all of you are my friends. Even the ones I haven't even met at all, in real life or on the internet. But I've seen your comments, and I appreciate it. And I see all the list of subscribers now too. Just discovered that feature. Anyway guys, it's me Jeffrey here for another reaction video to an animated story. I know how much you guys love these because everybody loves cartoons. It's great. So today we're going to be reacting to a video depicting a gentleman who was somehow married whilst he was in a coma. I have no idea how this is even possible unless somebody had power of attorney over this man and then agreed to have him married to somebody else. I don't know. Maybe it's for tax breaks. I don't know. Maybe it's for money. Either way, they're both kind of money. I don't know. I'm gonna make a bet and say that there's some sort of financial gain that was to be had on this. Let's get into it.
I woke up with a terrible headache.
Well, that's me like every Saturday and Sunday morning.
I opened my eyes to see that I was lying down. I raised my hand to cover my eyes from the strong light that was coming from the window.
Wait a minute. So he's laying down, he's holding his hand in front of his eyes, so the window's on the ceiling. Interesting.
And I noticed a long, thin tube attached to my hand.
Oh boy.
Wait, am I in the hospital? I looked around. I was lying in bed wearing a hospital gown.
Oh my God, he's having orange juice pumped into his veins.
But no one was in the room. I checked my body. There was no sign of injuries or broken limbs.
Wiener still intact. That's all that matters.
I was not feeling any pain. How did I end up here?
Oh boy.
I turned around and noticed the red button next to my bed.
Don't press
There was
it.
a little sign next to it that said, "Press in case of an emergency."
No, that's when you don't press it. You don't want to, oh my God, don't do it.
And so I did.
Ah!
A nurse came rushing in.
I don't think they rush in. I feel like they speed walk in. This lady's looking like she's, well, I don't know. It could be just like walking fast in her upper body.
She saw me, she freaked out and started calling the doctors. "Oh my God, Mr. Jeff, you finally woke up."
Okay, alright, this is speaking too real to me. Alright, okay. I am Jeff. I'm in my bed. There's a window. I don't know what happened, but they're pumping me full of red stuff.
That's a miracle. Then 2 doctors came in and checked me. They started asking me stupid questions like how my name is spelled or what the sum
My name is Jeff. It is JFEF.
of 1 + 1 is. And then they started
11.
asking personal questions about different things in my life. And I answered them suspiciously. "You seem perfectly fine. We're just going to run a few tests and see the results. Then you should be able to go home." Wow, your family is going to be happy to see you awake.
So just like that, this guy wakes up from a coma, is able to like maneuver his hands, is able to tell them everything that they want to know. I don't know.
I was confused. Everything was happening all at once. The doctor noticed I was struggling to understand, so he explained that I had an accident. I hit my head really hard and broke my leg. I was rushed to the hospital. The doctors treated me well, but I wouldn't wake up.
They just wouldn't give him the steak that he asked for, so didn't treat him well enough.
I was in a coma for a year. A whole year.
Could you imagine? Like, would you still have a job at that point? Like, are employers required to, like, hold a job for you if you're in a coma?
I stared at the doctor's face. Was he joking? It turned out he was not. The doctor explained.
I have no sense of humor, and I am physically incapable of humor, sarcasm, or even anything that may be perceived as dry humor.
When someone falls into a coma,
Oh, you wish to know about your own biological issues. Let me explain.
they become unconscious. Nothing could wake them up. They wake up when they're ready, and we only have to wait.
That's how science explains it.
Family came rushing in an hour later.
They're not rushing in. They're like casually strolling. Like your like sister's like, yeah, I guess this is great. Your dad, I suppose, or uncle is over here like, wow, I'm pleased. And then your mother's just, dude, not happy. Oh my God.
Mom, Dad, and my twin sisters. They were excited to see me.
Twin sisters?
Mom was crying and Dad was emotional for the first time in his life.
Wow.
Then, a nice-looking woman called Amelia came in.
Hey, Amelia.
She said hi to everyone and kissed Mom. Then she came, she kissed me on the cheek, and she gave me a 1-minute hug, then said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're back." I looked at her feeling confused. Excuse
You know, Given my dating life, I feel like this may not be a terrible thing. You know, you just wake up and suddenly you have somebody that you never met that's attractive and displaying affection. It seems like a win-win. And you fast forward through time to a better time, maybe. I don't know.
Excuse me, do I know you? They all started laughing, and my mom said, "Oh, the doctors warned us there would be some memory loss because of the head injury."
Oh,
She
shoot.
looked at me like she was
Ew, she's like dressed like a superhero.
feeling sorry
I like
for me
this
and
girl.
said, "She's your fiancée.
I'm emotionally
She's the
invested.
one who saved your life. Don't feel bad, honey. You'll remember everything in time." But I responded, "No, she's not. I don't remember being engaged to anyone." But Mom said, "Look at your finger, sweetheart.
You're also engaged to me.
The ring is there. Amelia has one too." I didn't know what to respond. My mom said it as if it was a fact. I looked at my hand and there it was. And then I looked at Amelia. She didn't say anything. She just smiled. The whole thing felt so strange. How could I remember everything about my life before the accident, but not Amelia?
So wait a minute. She saved me from the crash, but I'm engaged to her, so there clearly must have been a relationship prior to the crash, right? Let's find out, Jeff.
3 days later, I was discharged from the hospital, and they took me straight to my parents'
Now
house.
that sounds reasonable. The way the doctor's like, yeah, you can just leave. Yeah, we'll just run some tests and you're good to go. But 3 days, that sounds right.
They put me in a wheelchair because it would take some time to train my legs to walk again.
Okay.
Everyone was happy to see me, and Mom prepared a nice dinner for us all.
Thanksgiving dinner for your first day back. You love Thanksgiving. I don't remember Thanksgiving dinners being my favorite. Oh, you love Thanksgiving. You're also engaged.
Amelia was used to being at my parents' house, joking with Dad, helping Mom, and talking to my sisters. She pushed the wheelchair, set the dinner table, and sat next to me.
She's got a very scantily clad dress. I just want to point that out.
Every time I would ask for something at the table, she would put it beside me. And I didn't like it.
No, I could do it myself. Honestly, this relationship sounds pretty good.
My parents were updating me about things that happened when I was unconscious, when I screamed in panic. "Oh, what about Twix, my dog? Did anyone take care of her?" "Yeah, I did," Amelia said. "I brought her to my apartment after we were told that your coma might take a while."
Wait, her apartment has a half pipe at the top? That's awesome.
I looked at her feeling pissed. Am I the only one who finds her annoying? She seems to meddle in everything.
I think he's starting to remember the relationship now.
Who is this woman? And why don't I feel anything towards her? I stayed at my parents' house because it was near the hospital, and I needed to attend my physiotherapy sessions. And of course, Amelia escorted me most of the time. I wanted to talk to her in private and get to know how we met.
That seems fair, but maybe you should just, be nice to her. She's like being nice and like literally took care of everything for you, it seems.
There was never a good time for that. We were always surrounded by people. My family would not leave us alone, and my friends and coworkers visited me at the house to check up on me.
You could always like speak up. Like just like, hey, I would like to talk to you in private, not just like, oh my god, there's people everywhere. I can't like go up and say, hey, can I talk to you? This Jeff's an idiot. Wait a minute, Jeff's got a friend named Tom? I got a friend named Tom. He's blonde hair too.
But one night, I decided to call Tom, my best friend. He was in China for a business trip.
My Tom wouldn't go to China.
I FaceTimed with my new phone because the old one got destroyed in the accident. I asked him about Amelia and if I mentioned her to him. And he said, "Yes, you said you were dating a lovely girl and you were excited to have her in your life. Congrats, buddy. I didn't know that you proposed already." I hung up the phone feeling more confused.
Man, how good of a friend is he if you didn't even know you were engaged? Wow. Did something happen between you and Tom, Jeff? Oh my god, I gotta stop.
It seemed like the universe was playing a sick joke on me where I was not able to remember my fiancée. Eventually,
I did not remember my fiancée, the poor baby. Maybe the dingo ate your baby.
I had to give in. I started treating Amelia nicely and accepting the fact that I did propose to her. I'm gonna give her a chance. Maybe I'll fall in love with her. My family kinda likes her already, and they get along with her just fine. And so I did. I did my best to shush that awkward feeling about her and start focusing on her positive attributes.
Her positive attributes.
2 months later, I was able to walk again.
Well, that's a lot of bread and veggies for two people. Everyone's gotta have their own loaf of bread in this, like, whatever town you live in.
I
City.
went back to my apartment. Amelia helped me get some of the things back. It was exactly how I left it. And there was even a picture of me and Amelia on the shelf. I sat in the...
Wait a minute! This is the guy from Blue's Clues! Except they changed his name from Steve to Jeff. Wait a minute. Wasn't there a guy named Jeff on Blue's Clues afterwards? Oh, sweet Jesus.
sofa and asked Amelia, "Honey, could you bring me a pillow from my bedroom?" And she said, "Sure." But then, instead of going to the bedroom, she went to the bathroom. I laughed and told her, "It seems you don't remember the way to the bedroom. It's on the left." She laughed awkwardly and said, "Yeah, I haven't been here in a while. Sure, if I was in a coma all this time, She definitely wouldn't have the time to spend it here, I thought. But what happened next made me question her again. Amelia was always busy. Every time I suggested we spend time...
She's engaged, but she's having an affair? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm getting ahead of myself here.
...together, she would give me an excuse for why she can't. She worked as a cafe manager.
Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta get to the cafe to manage it.
She would always say she couldn't leave the cafe because there was too much work.
It's too much work in the cafe. That's the nature of the beast of the cafe business.
And she can't leave it for the other workers, which seemed implausible.
No, it sounds about right. You just can't trust your own employees half the time.
Because I know she can control her own hours. Then, when my dad suggested going on a family trip to our beach house, she was the first to say yes. I could make that work. I could hire an employee for when we are gone, she said. Wait, what? I looked at her and said, I've been trying to go out on a dinner with you for 2 weeks now, and you said you couldn't because you were preoccupied with work.
This guy looks like he's got anger issues, to be honest. I definitely can't relate.
What happened now? She blushed and said, the worker that I count on the most got back from his trip 2 days ago, so I'm free now. I didn't say anything, and she went to the beach house.
Wait, he got out of a coma and he's driving already? Ain't no way.
She was happy to be with the family. On the first day, I asked her to go on a long walk with me just before sunset. The view was magical, and I thought that was the perfect time to kiss her, because I haven't tried that since I woke up from my coma.
Yeah, you know, there's nothing like a good smooch after a period of time where you're just accusing her of not being your fiance and then just kind of like making fun of her own memory because she wasn't at your apartment and just, you know, constantly flying off the handle. Seems like a good move.
She only kissed me on the cheek and forehead, but I thought she was ready to do that. I leaned over to kiss her, and the kiss was good. It was not great or mesmerizing, just good. A bit disappointing, actually. And so I decided to break up with her. That's it.
What? Takes her on a family vacation, kisses her after being in a coma for like a year, after like berating her and everything, was unimpressed with the kiss, and then breaks up with her? Man, Jeff, you're really screwing up. My God.
I couldn't do it anymore. As soon as we got back to the city, I was going to break up with her.
Oh,
then
okay.
2 days after I got to my apartment, my friends and coworkers arranged a party for me. They wanted to celebrate my engagement and
But this guy has a job? I'm confused.
welcome my coming back to work at the same time. It seemed inappropriate to announce my breakup at that time. So at the night of the party, I went to pick Amelia up, and wow, she looked amazing in her black dress. I felt that I was falling for her, and that I really liked her. When I got there, I started introducing her to my friends. She didn't seem to know anyone there.
So she's wearing a black dress, then she wears a different black dress, and then all of a sudden... I need to stop questioning this, because like I'm starting to question my own like logic. God, why are too many videos where dudes are named Jeff?
And then while I was talking to my boss,
Uh-oh.
a very beautiful lady came next to me and said, I thought you disappeared. I looked at her and said, I'm sorry, but how do I know you? She smiled and said, yeah, I'm Kristen. We were supposed to go on our first date right before you had the accident.
What?
I waited, but you never called, so I assumed you were not interested. I stared at her for a few moments, and my brain was going in circles. Kristen, Amelia, the accident, the engagement. There's a link between them all, but I can't get my hands on it.
My God.
I apologized to Kristen, and I went straight to ask Amelia about how exactly we met. Something was not right. She was standing on the balcony outside, but when I came close, I heard her saying, I can't do this anymore. I thought it would be easy, but it wasn't. I think I'm going to tell him tonight. Wait, who was she talking to? I took
Your
3 steps
mom.
back and then stood next to the door. And then I heard her speak one more time. Simon, this is getting out of hand. He's not buying it. He's noticing all the wrong things I'm doing. Maybe I'm not a good actor. Simon, was she talking to my dad?
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. So they staged? Why would they do this?
Something was messed up indeed, but I didn't expect that my dad had something to do with it. Then she said, I'll talk to you later, when we get back home. She hung up and stood there for a minute to calm down. My initial thought was to yell at her and make her explain everything to me.
Yeah, because that's worked so well for you in the last couple of weeks, huh?
But after a second thought, I decided not to. If there was something going on, I needed to know it all by myself, because she would most likely lie to my face and twist the truth. So I took a deep breath and went out there saying, oh honey, I missed
Lie to my face and twist the truth. This guy's really got some sort of cynical, like, sense of reality. My God.
you. What are you doing here? Amelia just smiled awkwardly and came in with me. I introduced her
Then he lied and said he missed her.
to more friends as if nothing happened. That night, Amelia spent the night at my house. While she was sleeping, I took her phone and opened it by pressing one of her fingers on the lock screen.
This guy's a sociopath, my God.
I knew she couldn't wake up because she drank too much that night. She was nervous, and I kept giving her drinks. And when I opened her phone, I read something that shocked the hell out of me. Dad was having an affair with Amelia. They had tons of pictures together, sleeping in different hotel rooms and even in our beach house. What the hell? But in a strange way, it all clicked. When I had the accident, Dad saw Amelia. He liked her and started seeing her. Then they faked the whole engagement thing so Dad could cheat on Mom whenever he wanted to.
It all makes sense now. A series of things that don't make sense, when connected, still don't make sense. Something tells me this isn't the end of the story.
I mean, she would be my wife, so no one would suspect anything if they saw them together. And when I asked Tom about her, he confirmed it to me because he thought I was talking about Kristen, not Amelia. Oh, how sneaky of them. I thought I was going crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember the chick's name. I'm sorry. I can't keep up.
Remembering her. It turns out I was only a fool. I then scrolled down the messages between her and my dad. And there, I found the answer. Dad had promised her $2 million if she marries me and stays with him.
$2 million? Who are you? How do you just... What?
He told her that she was the love of his life. Ugh. I was furious to think my dad would manipulate me and use me as a puppet to satisfy his own pleasure. I felt like a complete idiot. And $2 million? I didn't know my dad had that much money.
Me neither.
Where was he hiding all of this?
In his turtleneck.
I was speechless, trying to soak it all in. But I couldn't sit still. Mom doesn't deserve this, and Amelia cannot take Dad's money if he had any. It should be
Sweet
ours,
Jesus.
his children. So
I thought could have sworn he had... twin sisters. Maybe it was possessive? I don't
I
know.
made a copy of the messages and sent them to my mom. She needs to know the truth. In the morning when Amelia woke up, I told her that everything was over between us. She looked confused and even said, "We just celebrated our engagement." She totally believed her lie, as if we were a normal couple who loved each other. I just refused to listen and kicked her out of the house.
Wow, you can't do that.
An hour later, I got a call from Mom. I went to our house.
Jesus, party.
"I want a divorce now," she screamed. And Dad looked at me. He knew I was the one to do this.
How dare me do something wrong and you point out that I did something wrong? How dare you? You ruined everything, you comatose coming out of thing boy that I love somehow, maybe.
He yelled at me saying, "If only you could keep your mouth shut." I yelled back, "Are you screaming at me? You should keep your zipper shut." Dad was furious, but he said nothing and left the room. My parents got divorced 2 months later.
2 months later.
But the surprise was that the money my dad wanted to give Amelia was Mom's in the first place. Mom came from a rich family that
Okay.
I knew nothing about. She wrote everything in my name in a will so no one can ever get it but me. And now I'm dating Kristen, my first true crush. Did you like my story?
Did I like your story? Okay, so... in summary, man gets in car accident, man comes out of coma, dad cheats on mother with this guy, I assume, I'm unclear, did they used to date? I think they used to date, and this guy dates another girl, then gets $2 million, and his mom's happier now. So anyway guys, let me know what you thought of this video, and please subscribe for more, and like it, and... I am still distracted by the circumstances in this entire video. I think this has been the most insane story I've witnessed thus far. Oh, end of video. I'm still thinking about it, as you can tell. My God. Sweet Jesus. Why can't me, Jeff, get like $2 million and, well, I wouldn't want it at that cost. Definitely not.